And folks, we are back with more of Shawn Michaels' Dream Match Opponents right here on Byte That. You can check out our top 5 Dream Match Opponents video on the channel. We also have a hypothetical bout between Shawn Michaels and CM Punk done in WWE 2K14. And now we got yet another match, but we are going into a highly underrated or just simply underserved, depending on how you think about a game, Legends of WrestleMania, where we have the SmackDown versus Raw model, Shawn Michaels, taking on Legends of WrestleMania, The Rock, with still the Brahma Bull tattoo, because I'm Juan, joining me is Keith. This is before The Rock's tattoo evolved, Keith. The iconic tattoo's gone forever.
I mean, as heartbreaking as it is, sometimes change is a good thing. See what I did there? I'm a fan of this new tattoo.
Really? Quite controversial. Folks, what do you think about The Rock's tattoo? And also, let us know who you think is going to win this bout between the Heartbreak Kid and the People's Champion, Keith. Who do you got?
I gotta go with the Brahma Bull, baby. He's the great one. Showstopper versus great one. I'm going with great one.
I'm going to go with not the great one, but the great one, and that's Shawn Michaels. So I'm going up against you, brother. And have you actually seen a lot of gameplay about Legends of WrestleMania? Because it's a game that went very under the radar.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen gameplay of Legends of WrestleMania.
It was a very controversial game because it used a lot of the animations about the SmackDown games, but it didn't play like the SmackDown games.
This looks very SmackDown at the time.
You could literally import the entire roster of a SmackDown versus Raw game. I believe it was SmackDown versus Raw 2009, because in this game, there's actually old school Shawn Michaels, but I thought, you know, let's get a little bit creative, so I imported the SmackDown versus Raw model. Like, Hulk Hogan in this game is like 800 pounds. He is ginormous. And I mean, you can see the difference. And Shawn Michaels is... He's like Naomi. He's feeling the glow.
Weird.
Okay, he's grabbing. There's not a lot of hair to grab.
But there's enough, and that's the important part.
Okay, this camera is it's a little weird. This
is something. Yeah, I'm starting to understand why nobody ever talks about this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of quick time events in this. There's a HUD. I turned it off because it's CPU controlled, so I figured, you know, let's just appreciate the match for what it is. But then getting to the possibility of Shawn Michaels versus The Rock, you know, we had talked about CM Punk and Shawn Michaels and the promos leading up and the actual match here. I think that the match itself would not be as great. You know, you talk about John Cena versus The Rock, but I think that the expressions that people would have, especially when you hit triangle. You can't have a bad match if you hit triangle.
It's true. You just you can only go up from the triangle. You never want to hit X though. I think that's the big thing. But I'm in agreement with you where I don't think the match would be anything memorable. It would be a showcase. It would be like almost akin to The Rock and Hulk Hogan, where it's just a spectacle. But the promos leading up to it, the feud leading up to it, that's where the money would be. That's what everybody would remember.
This game is so janky. Like, I'm looking at there's no transition between the actual animations. Like, Shawn Michaels did, I think it was supposed to be a neckbreaker earlier, but it had like 2 frames of animation.
Oh. Big punch. And what's with that weird effect every time somebody punches? Like the screen goes blue a little bit?
I think it's supposed to be like some kind of counter indicator, but it seems intrusive.
It does.
We got a DDT, which is also a SmackDown animation. It feels like this game should have just been an addition to the SmackDown games.
It does. You know, I honestly, if mobile games were a big thing back then, this would be a mobile port of a SmackDown versus Raw game. This is what it looks like to me.
What?
Wow, with a roll-up.
You know, when you think about...
The Brahma Bull with a steal.
Yeah, when you think about Shawn Michaels versus The Rock, you think People's Elbow, you think Sweet Chin Music. No, we got to roll it. This is the medal match between the main event of WrestleMania and a tag team match, possibly. So, folks, this has been The Rock versus Shawn Michaels. If you like this video, definitely subscribe, like. Let us know if your pick managed to win. You can also support us directly by going over to patreon.com/bytethat, where we have ourselves an exclusive bout between the Heartbreak Kid and Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero in SmackDown. Here comes the pain for our gold Patreon supporters. So thank you for watching. And until next time, we'll be back with a lot more right here on Byte That.